Children's book author and illustrator, and today I'll be reading a sweet and clever story about being yourself, kindness, and friendship. But before we begin, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below me to your right to follow along to more great stories like the one we're about to read. Alright, shall we begin? The Little Matzah Ball Who Wanted to Be a Meatball, written by Aaron Pickus and Marissa Sala Pickus. Illustrated by James McDonald. There once was a little matzo ball named Walter who lived on New York's Upper East Side. And every day he'd walk to school with his buddy Stephen, the Pizza Bagel, by his side. They'd eat crackers at lunch and play dreidel in the park, do homework together after school, and light candles in the dark. Saturdays were for gelato, Sundays macaroni, and sometimes they play video games or ride bikes with Uncle Tony. But then one day at recess, Walter saw Stephen with new friends, and they were playing bocce and talking with their hands. Walter asked to play, but the teams were already set, and when he tried to suggest another round, they turned him down, which made Walter a bit upset. Later that same day, Walter waited for Stephen after school, but the Pizza Bagel never showed because he was already playing with his new friends by the pool. Walter was disappointed. He assumed that Stephen had just forgotten, but then the next day, things got a bit more rotten. At lunch, Walter saw Stephen sitting with his new friends eating sauce. But when the matzo ball tried to squeeze on in, Frank and Calzone told him to get lost.
"You're not one of us,"
chimed in Stephen.
"so it's best you go away. And I don't think I want to be friends with you anymore, now or any other day."
This made Walter very sad, and he cried the whole way home. When his Aunt Gefilte found him, he was sitting outside all alone.
"What's the matter, Walter? Why aren't you with your friends playing ball?"
To which Walter replied,
"What's the point? I'm just a silly little matzo ball after all."
"But that's okay, Walter," said Aunt Gefilte. "You should be proud of who you are, because being a little different makes you special, and to me, you're a shining star."
Walter stood up proudly, wiping tears of broth from his eyes.
"You're right, Aunt G. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm just as cool as those other guys."
The next day, back at school, Walter made some new friends during lunch. There was Pig and Blanket, Lox and Schmear, and Pickle Paw sitting among the bunch. More and more friends came over, including Cannoli Dolly, who pulled up a chair, Pierogi Joe dealt some cards, and French Fry Fred brought a few snacks to share. They were all laughing and carrying on without worry on their minds when Walter noticed Stephen sitting by himself at a nearby table for some time. Stephen looked really sad, so Walter walked toward his longtime friend, but before he had a chance to say one word, the Pizza Bagel sought to make amends.
"I'm really sorry, Walter. I was wrong for how I treated you. I realize now that it's not how you look that defines you, but all the kind things that you do. You're an amazing friend, Walter, and you've always been so nice to me. I really made a huge mistake, but I'm hoping you'll accept my apology."
Walter flashed a smile with a grin from ear to ear. He threw his hand around Stephen's shoulders and pulled him real near.
Hooray!
While the two friends hugged, their classmates broke into applause because being a great friend might be a bit of work, but it's well worth the cause. So, just like that, the two pals were back on track. walking to and from school together every day, with sleepovers on weekends and summer ball games, and joining in on family holidays. And as they got older, their bond only grew closer, and they eventually had little matzo balls and pizza bagels of their own. And their kids became friends while continuing the trend of never letting anyone feel alone. The end. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the little matzo ball who wanted to be a meatball as much as I did. Bye, Circle Time friends!